Hi, my name is Kay Gruder. I'm Associate Director of Graduate Student and Postdoc Career Services at the University of Connecticut. And in this series of videos, I'm going to be reviewing a resume and providing information about best practices, strategies, tips that I hope you can follow as you review your own resume. So the first section that we're going to look at today is going to be this contact section. And there are quite a few options with the contact section. The first line is typically an individual's name. This can be a first name, last name, or a first name and a middle name and last name. Really, however you wish to be identified is what needs to go on that first line. The first line is in a larger font and typically in bold. Larger font meaning larger than other fonts used in your document. So maybe a size 14 font for your name. The next section of content here is the contact information. And this individual has chosen to include email, phone, LinkedIn URL. And what you may notice here is that the individual has not included an address. And this is an area where really you need to make a strategic decision. If you were to include a geographic location, it would typically be the city and state, or town and state, or city and country in which you reside. So if you're studying, you're in Connecticut, and let's say you live in Vernon, Connecticut, you could just put Vernon, comma, CT. And I can write that out as well. And Vernon CT could go directly below your name and then followed by email, phone, and LinkedIn URL. There are times when you'd want to use Vernon, Connecticut, let's say, and times when you wouldn't. So if you're applying for a position, internship, or job through a company's website, they'll likely be using an applicant tracking system. And that applicant tracking system can be set up basically by the company to identify a geographic area from which they want to select their candidates. So if you were applying for a job in Houston, Texas, you wouldn't want to have Vernon, Connecticut on your resume. And that's because perhaps the company in Houston, Texas is looking for candidates close to that vicinity. But then if you were applying for positions in Connecticut or maybe the surrounding states of Connecticut, then Vernon, Connecticut would be a strategic decision. You'd be saying, yes, I'm right here in Connecticut. Another consideration with this contact section is where it's located on your resume. It's pretty common to see this information centered, which is what we have here. You know, it's centered on the page. It's not always um, always necessary to center it, meaning you could have the information uh, flush left, so pulled over to the left side of the document. Sometimes people put their name and their location and their contact information on one line across the document. So if you were to use less space for your contact information, it's an area where you can gain a couple of lines typically. So if in writing your resume, you're finding that it's difficult to stay within a 1-page or a 2-page document, go back to this contact section and look at how many lines you're using here and think about, is there a way that I could reduce this from 3 lines to 2 lines or 2 lines to 1 line?